All righty. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Wait for a few of you to come in. Knicks pregame, the impromptu live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel, let's go Knicks. Daniel, what's going on, man? Appreciate you in the chat, Daniel. New York Knicks versus the Detroit Pistons. Game 5 is about to begin. 30 minutes. You got me for 30 minutes. I can't wait for this game, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be an awesome basketball game. Hopefully, we come out on top. Hopefully, we come out on top and beat these Detroit Pistons. Let's go, man. Big task is let's get these dirty Pistons out of New York City. Come on, man. Get them out. Get the Pistons out of here. Big Taz, big salute. Salute to you. Tony Tone in the mail truck. Says Captain dropped in 30 plus today. That's a given. Jalen Brunson, 30 plus in the playoffs. That is a given. Tony Tone. Appreciate you in here. I think Jalen Brunson is going to have a big game, but I am calling for Mr. Number 25 from the New York Knicks to have a big game. His name is Mr. Bridges. I think Mikal Bridges is going to have a big game tonight. I do. There's no stats to back that up. Nothing out of the ordinary. I just think Mr. Mikal Bridges is going to have himself a game. Let me write in the Discord that I'm live. Impromptu stream, man. I'm sorry that you guys couldn't schedule it, but I just wanted to come on here because I am hyped. I am feeling good about tonight's game. I am feeling really good. The New York Knicks have a golden opportunity. First time since 1999. They can clinch a series at home in Madison Square Garden. Hasn't happened since they did it against the Indiana Pacers. And I believe that was the Larry Johnson game, the 4-point play, right? Larry Johnson will be in the building. Melo will be in the building. I think Marbury will be in the building. A lot of stars will be in the building tonight. I don't want what happened last year to be replicated this year. Remember we were feeling good? Coming home, 76ers, had the game in the bag. Then Tyrese Maxey decided to turn into young Allen Iverson late in that game. But I'm feeling good about this one, guys. I'm feeling really good. Say Quizzy, what's going on? We have to start off hot and watch out for the refs. We might not get any calls in the third quarters. Please fix it. Yes, third quarters. Please fix the third quarters, please. Third quarter of doom, I do not want to see tonight, man. 30 minutes to tip off, ladies and gentlemen. Third quarter of doom has to be fixed. And look, the crowd is going to be engaged. The crowd is going to be involved early. I want this Knicks team to come out on fire, right? You want them to come out on fire, get the crowd involved early, get the crowd engaged. Big, like extend the lead to 10, 15 points. I want tonight to be a nice 10, 15 point win so we can relax. Right? I want to relax. Fourth quarter, I want to relax. I don't want it to be dicey again. I don't. Because every game this series seems to be dicey. That's what I don't want. But hey, as long as we win, it doesn't matter. Right? It doesn't matter. Tony says McBride will have a big game tonight. Surprise everyone with 18 points. Let's go. Steven says, let's go Knicks. My mighty Knicks are taking on all teams. Let's go. Isaiah says, what's good? Did you see Jaylen Brown's comments about the physicality that Orlando is showcasing to me? If he's complaining about that, then he's going to have a rude awakening against us. Look, obviously, we want to wrap up tonight's game, right? We want to wrap up the Pistons in 5, and hopefully we can do it in a few hours. I think they are a good test before our next series. And obviously we'll talk more in depth about that as the time comes. But I think Celtics don't play as physical as the Pistons. They're more talented than them, but they don't play physical. So I think this was a good little test before we get into Boston. Got to win tonight, and then we can talk about that. I don't want to touch the money yet. It's close. I don't want to touch the money, but it is close. I feel it. Keys to the game, guys. I think that, we have to come out firing. I think that we have to hit our shots early and often like we did in game number 4. I feel like this Knicks team is ready. I feel like they do not want to go back to Detroit. And let's get it. Let's go. Like, this Knicks team doesn't want to go back to Detroit. Like, it's not Philly where you can just take the train and go back to Philly and take care of business. I want this to be ended tonight. And I do think this Knicks team will end this game tonight. And I think get Cat involved early. Brunson running the show early, running the offense. I think that is when this Knicks team is at their best. Third quarters, you got to clean up, make your adjustments. Landry Shamet is questionable. So we should be watching that. I don't know if Landry Shamet has been ruled out or if he has been good to go. But Shamet, he's active. Okay, Landry Shamet is active tonight. So the 2 minutes that he will provide off the bench will be very valuable. Oh, man. Let's go. I think Isaiah Stewart plays today. Bring it on. Bring it on. Let me look that up. Big Stu, is he playing? Isaiah Stewart playing? No, he's out. Pistons rule out Isaiah Stewart. Right knee inflammation. He's out. He's not playing. Not playing. Nelly Nell, what's going on, Nelly Nell? Appreciate you guys rocking me. Nostalgic. What's going on? I have a great feeling about tonight. So do I, man. So do I. Latino says it was a blessing in disguise facing Detroit. Yeah, exactly. PL, what's going on? Appreciate you. Yeah, he's out. We need to see everyone locked in tonight. Everyone lock in. Lock in. I want 7th Ave to be shut down after the game. Right? First time since 1999, this Knicks team hasn't closed out a series, excuse me. So look, if they do it tonight, and I fully expect them to, like I'm leaning towards that. Enjoy it. Enjoy the night, and then we worry about who's next when that time comes. But I just want to relish in this moment and enjoy the night because, enjoy these moments. And I do think this Knicks team, this Pistons team, although they were, not as talented as us, they gave us a fight in every single game. And obviously we'll see what happens tonight, but they gave us a fight in every single game. And to me, that's a good test for the New York Knicks heading into round 2. Because, okay, now you're kind of battle tested. The Knicks are mentally tough. They've taken care of these fourth quarters. They've provided clutch shot after clutch shot. You see in the Towns moments. So you're starting to build these moments, starting to build these good habits heading into the second round of the playoffs. And like I said, the whoever we face in the second round is looking like the Celtics. Not as physical as the Pistons, but they're more talented team, one of the best teams in the NBA. And we'll talk about that when we get there. But I think facing this Pistons team was a good challenge for this Knicks team in the first round. I do. But one more. Job ain't finished. Job ain't finished. Job ain't finished. 20 minutes, man. 30 minutes. Well, 30 minutes. Game starts at 7:39. 30 minutes. PL says I'm locked in. I'm excited. Let's go. Nelly Nell says it doesn't matter if Stu is in or out. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Look, obviously he's one of their best defenders. So I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but he's out. He's dealing with a knee injury. So, look, just don't play with your food, right? Don't go to Detroit. Don't go back to Detroit. I just end this. End it. End it. You're home. There's a reason why you have home court in the first round. It's 4 games like tonight. You're up 3-1. You need one more. The crowd is going to be engaged. The crowd is going to be involved. But Mikal Bridges, that's my guy who I'm picking tonight to have a big game. That's my guy to have a big game tonight. I think Mikal's going to come out, hit a few shots early and often. And obviously, Cat and Brunson, obviously those two are the normal people to pick to have big games. But my X factor tonight is Mikal Bridges. And I want to see some things from the bench, right? We really haven't seen anything. Like, I need Deuce to step up. Like, have a Deuce McBride type of game, because Shaman is sick, but he's available. So, look, ugly, pretty. I really want it to be one of those nice games where you kind of already know the final outcome, beginning of the fourth quarter. Like, I want one of those types of games. Like, just blow them out. But, look, it's going to be another physical game. Referees are going to, I think they're going to call this tight in the first half. But I think come second half, I think they'll kind of relax a little bit. So I'll be watching these referees, and obviously Jacqueline Goldbull is one of the officials tonight, and we obviously know him from last year with the missed call on Jalen Brunson out in Houston. So, you know, just take care of business. You're in MSG. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. One of these games I wish I was at. Nelly Nell says we need Wingstop to add an offensive punch tonight. We are done with the sad boys. It ends tonight. OG and Mikal. I think one of them is going to have a big game, right? And I'm leaning towards Mikal. Mikal had a good fourth quarter for us. Hit some two timely threes in that fourth quarter in game 4. So I think tonight's going to be a big Mikal game. Look, Cat had his coming out game last game. The clutch shots. I mean, behind the backboard. Fade away, look like Patrick Ewing, and then he hit the 3, and then obviously Brunson does this like back-to-back playoff years where Brunson is not doing things that hasn't happened since Michael Jordan. Like, he does this, right? This is why people, when they said the best player in the series is Cade Cunningham, stop yourselves. 7-11. I just looked at the clock. It's 7-11, man. That's good luck. That's good luck. We winning. 7-11. Good luck. Latino says we have an identity now facing Boston in the regular season. We were soft. We are not that no more. Look, you can go into the Boston series. Look, it's going to be a tough series, obviously. But you can kind of go in there with some momentum from this series with the physicality and kind of say to yourself, like, the last time we played them, we were a foul away from winning that game. I know regular season really doesn't fully healthy. I mean, the last time we played them, but we'll talk about that. We have all week. Hopefully the Knicks can wrap this up tonight. We have all week to preview that series. And yeah, all week to preview that series, but I am focused on tonight. Get it done. Take care of business. Do not play with your food, and let's party. Let's party. Tony says Shaman is sick. I'm not playing. This Rover Shaman is a game time decision. Now he's available. He's available. Landry Shaman is available. That is the latest. Knicks, Pistons, get it done, man. You home. Please. Please get it done. Let's go, man. Game 5, man. You end it tonight, then you game 1 of the second round is probably Saturday or Sunday. Hopefully, you know, we can end this. You figure Boston's gonna take care of the Magic tonight at 8:30 on NBA TV. So take care of the Pistons. Boston take care of the Magic, and there's your second round opponent. Boom, voila. I don't foresee the Pistons winning 3 straight games. I don't. I think that obviously the Knicks are well underway to winning this series, but just take care of business tonight, man. You know, but keys to the game, just play as a unit, move the basketball, and just hit your open shots. And obviously they're going to play extremely physical. The Pistons, they have nothing to lose. Look, one loss and they're going home. One loss and they're going home. So don't give them any hope. You know, from opening tip, just play physical, play fast. get others involved, get OG shot going, get Mikal going. And that's how, ultimately I think is a successful game for the New York Knicks. And ultimately I think we can come out with a win. But on the Detroit side, they have nothing to lose. They're going to play physical. They know that the NBA missed the foul call at the end of game 4, right? So they're going to try everything and do everything in their power. But listen, if we play our A game, it's going to be another dub. John says turkey bacon, pig bacon, Kevin Bacon, Knicks in 5. Let's go. Size 9 says only one man can create his own shot for the Pistons, so why is he still scoring? Yeah, I mean, that's Cade. That's Cade, man. Nelly now, Dibs must start the double big lineup against the Celtics. Nelly now, we have plenty of time to preview that series, obviously, but it's going to be a talking point, and it's something I'm going to bring up. But let's get it done tonight, and then we can worry about the second round. But it is an intriguing lineup that the Knicks can go to and can deploy, right? So MSG is already, I see all the fans outside. They're already packing. Right, what are they on? I forgot the street they're on, but right outside the arena, they have the screen set up, the watch party right outside of MSG. It's already packed. I already see pictures out there. So, yeah, man. You're 3-1. You're home. Just get it done. That's it. Like, right? You guys agree. Just get it done. Like, I do not want there to be a game 6. That's for sure. Take care of business. You were the better team. Yes, it was close in every game besides game 1 where campaign went off. But even in game 3, the Knicks really had control in that game late, and then a couple of bounces. The Pistons hit a couple of threes in that game, and it was closer than it should have been. But I need kind of like a statement win, like a 15-point. All right, let's go, bring it. But I'm not gonna complain if we win by 1. Like, I'm not. John says Deuce and Mikal going off today. Let's go. Mikal could have had 9 points. Look, let's talk that into existence. I think Mikal is gonna have a big game. I really do. I said Mikal is going to have a pretty much. Look, Cat had his Nick moment in game 4, right? I think, either Mikal or OG, one of them, I feel like is going to have a big game tonight. So let's go, man. Let's go, man. I'm pumped. 15 minutes until tip-off, ladies and gentlemen. Your New York Knicks are 1 win away from advancing to the second round of the playoffs. Let's go, man. John says, I honestly think the Knicks lose tonight because game's been too close, but they finished them off after that. Nah, let's not speak that, John. Let's not speak that. This Rover says, where Anne Hathaway at? I think she's actually at the game. So that's why maybe OG Anunoby's going to have a big game, because Anne Hathaway's at the game. Let's go. First time we closed the team at home in 3 decades since 1999. Open up the pregame impromptu live stream again. Appreciate you guys rocking with me. Most of you are subscribed, but if you're not, please do. Like the vid. I will be streaming over on TikTok during the game. After halftime, 3rd quarter, 4th quarter, I'm on TikTok live at KnicksNation_. You guys can find me over there. And let's just have fun. I can't wait. Hopefully the post game is going to be a hype one. And I feel like it will be a hype one. I feel like the guys are ready. Like, I feel like they don't want what happened last year to replicate it. And I remember last year the guys were saying maybe we'll be out there with the Knicks fans after we close out a series. Maybe you'll see a Brunson or a Josh Hart pop out outside of MSG celebrating with the fans. Don't get too crazy. It's only round 1. You know what's staring at you in the face in round 2. But still, it's something that hasn't been done in, 26 years? Celebrate the moment, right? Celebrate the moment. Tomorrow, we start fresh. We move on to the next round, and we just erase what happened in round 1, right? Take care of your business tonight. Don't give the Pistons hope. And let's move on after tonight. Let's celebrate and party tonight and move on to the Celtics in round 2. Unc Dre says dinner is being served. Everybody eats tonight. Let's go. John says OG will be the factor tonight. Isaiah says OG is going to go off. And Hathaway is going to be at the game. Let's go. OG and an Obi. Come on, OG. OG's going to get it together. He's guarding Cade for like 40 minutes a night. He's tired, right? His shots will fall. They will. His shots will fall. Not really worried about him. He's been looking exhausted, dealing with a shoulder situation. But let's go. Let's don't give him any hope. Don't give him any hope. It could be another close game. But ultimately, I want this Knicks team to beat this team by like 10, 15 points. And let's go. Let's go. But like I said, those of you just joining, keys to the game. I just feel like this Knicks team just needs to play their brand of basketball, move the ball early and often, get others involved, get Bridges and an Obi going. Brunson and Cat, they're going to do their things late in the game. Get Cat involved early and often too. Move the basketball. Bench. You want to watch Deuce McBride. He's been struggling with his shot. Hopefully Deuce McBride can get going. It wouldn't surprise me if after tonight's game we look at the box score and Deuce McBride has 10 points and you're like, okay, that is value off the bench. I think Dennis Schroeder has like outscored the entire Knicks bench this series, which is crazy. Or it's even. One of those. But Campaign, Deuce McBride, obviously Shamet. I don't know if Tom Thibodeau goes to Landry Shamet. He's available. He didn't go to him last game. He kind of, put him in timeout because he just hasn't been providing. But I just feel like one of OG Anunoby or Mikal, I'm leaning toward Mikal, is going to have a big game tonight. JB is going to do his thing. I mean, talk about a playoff performer. Talk about Mr. Clutch. He's going to do his thing and provide. So those are the easy people to point to and like who's going to have a big game tonight. JB, Cat, right? It's the others who I think is going to have a coming out party. Zaire says stay out of foul trouble and we win. Yeah. I'll take one OG over 100 gorillas. Man, I've been seeing that all over the timeline. 1 versus 100 gorillas, and I'm like, all over. OG Anunoby versus 100 gorillas. I love that. I'll take that too. Tony says, Knicks, can you please don't shoot unnecessary shots when you have a decent lead? You want to watch the third quarter again. Like say Quizzy said earlier in the chat, third quarter has been this Knicks team like Achilles heel. They just come out of halftime and they just look like a totally different team, right? Excuse me. So let's go, man. I'm ready. The fans are ready. Let's go. I'm excited, man. Who you guys think is gonna have a big game tonight? I said Mikal. Who you guys think in the chat? Let me know in the chat. I saw OG Anunoby earlier, but I think it's gonna be Mikal. I do. Mikal's been playing great defense as well, so I think it's gonna be Mikal. A kid from Val says, just remember I told you out there will be gone and Mike Malone will step in. Listen, we'll worry about that after the Celtics series. I don't think that's going to happen, but there should be no Tom Thibodeau fire talk as of this moment, right? I mean, we're 1 win away from advancing to the second round. And then we'll dissect that series against the Celtics. And I know you're a Celtics fan. Isaiah says, one day our captain will get the respect he truly deserves. We are so lucky that we have him on our team. Yeah, that's it. Zaire says OG. Tony says Deuce McBride will have a breakout game. Craig says Wingstop. Yeah. The fans. Zaire says the home fans are going to be the X factor. It's going to be crazy in there, man. 8 minutes until tip-off, man. I can't wait. Knicks, Pistons, get it done. Get it done, right? This Rover says, and I doubt the rest tonight will be any more lenient. We got to expand our game plan more. They start collapsing. We get our three-point shooters open. Yeah, I don't look. That's the one thing I'm going to watch. How tight are these officials going to call this game? You'll know from the opening jump, from the first 5 minutes. You'll know how tight though they're calling the game, right? And they've been, letting them play. I thought game 3 was like one of the best officiated games this series in Detroit. That was a veteran official crew. I thought that was one of the best officiated games this series. And game 4, they let a lot go, right? And that's why we talked about don't allow the refs to win or lose you the game, right? If you're the best player in the series, you got to hit that shot, Kate. He didn't. So take care of business, guys. Take care of business. This Rover says Jalen Brunson is already a top 3 Knick of all time. If he wins a chip, he'll be a de facto number 1. Win a chip, gotta win a chip. But he's up there. But win a chip, and he'll be among the best of the best. I mean, like you said, he's already up there. But fans want to see him, get past the second round. Win a chip. But he's up there already. Benny says, I got my suit and my broom out for the gentleman's sweep. Let's go, man. Gentleman's sweep. Knicks in 5. Still alive. Let's go. Those of you that said Knicks in 5 in the chat, look, I called for a sweep. That was my bold prediction. I'll take Knicks in 5. Come on, just get it done. This way, look, if you wrap it up tonight, right, you'll probably have Thursday, Friday. I don't think they'll start it on Saturday. It depends on the Clippers Nugget series, how far that goes. I think game 1 and round 2, if you wrap it up tonight and the Celtics win, will probably start on Sunday afternoon. That's just my guess. So you want days off, because we don't know the severity of Jalen Brunson's ankle situation. Like, it seems like he's okay because he keeps going to the locker room, getting a new ankle, and coming back to just looking like a different person. I don't know what they're doing back there, but you want to get your captain rest. You want to get the guys rest. I mean, that's why you got to wrap these series up quick, especially in round 1. You don't want to go back to Detroit. You don't. Obviously, if that's the case, then we'll talk about it. And obviously, I still have faith that we'll win over there. But you don't want to go back to Detroit. I mean, that game's on Thursday. And I don't want to go back to Detroit. And that's what they're telling themselves in the locker room. I don't want to go back to Detroit. Just Rover says, wrap it up. Get plenty of rest for Boston. Yup. Splendid says, it's crazy how they said they weren't selling tickets to Knicks fans in Detroit, and now they are facing elimination. Yep. How about that? In all seriousness, they need to win this. If they don't, they are playing with fire. Yeah. Win it. Win the game. You're home. There's reasons why you fight for home court. There's reasons why you're the higher seed. It's for nights like tonight. Game 5 in your arena in Madison Square Garden. People spend good money to get in there. You got the watch party outside. You probably got the NYPD on alert. Like, look, man, if this Knicks team is going to win, they're probably going to shut down some streets. Probably won't grease the poles like they did in Philadelphia. I don't know how crazy it will get outside of MSG. I don't. Because, again, they haven't closed out a series since 1999. I know it's round 1, so you don't want to get too crazy. But they're going to be chanting, and I don't want this, but they're going to be chanting, if we win, I want Boston. Bring on Boston. Or F you Boston. They're going to be chanting that. And it's going to get crazy outside of MSG if this Knicks team can pull this off in a couple hours. So celebrate because I love it. I've been out there, and it's a time. It is a time, I'll tell you that. You feel like you're just on cloud nine after a Knicks playoff win outside of MSG. If you guys haven't experienced it, you feel like you're on cloud nine. Like it's an amazing feeling, and the fans deserve it. So let's just win. Tony says Magic will win another game. They should treat this game like a game 7. Yeah, exactly. Take care of business. Detroiters don't even want to go back to Detroit. Oh, man. Yeah, grease the polls. Look, I'm not calling for it, but there might be a street poll broken outside of MSG tonight if the Knicks win. I mean, it might get crazy. You see what happens after just wins. You're talking about a series win. I know it's against Detroit. It's like, okay, you should have did that. We predicted you to beat the Detroit Pistons, but it's going to get crazy. But look, Knicks in 5, get it done. JB, Cat, let's go. I'll be over on TikTok live at KnicksNation_. Head over there. Follow me on TikTok. Enjoy the game, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you guys hopping on this impromptu live stream. Once again, post game. I'll be on here at like 10 o'clock. Make sure you guys tune in, subscribe, like, all the good stuff. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Let's go, Knicks. Knicks in 5. Let's go. Enjoy the game.